Hello, welcome back to my channel. Yes. Let me set up the chat here first. Big up predictions. It's tough, you know. Atalanta hasn't been the greatest recently. I did see that the Ketelaar is injured, so that's a bit annoying because you know, the Ketelaar didn't look very good last time he played against us. Maybe he's not very motivated when he plays against us. So that goes out of the way, I suppose, but maybe I'm overanalyzing. Anyhow, hello, big up to him. Big up. But yeah, it's difficult to predict these games, isn't it? I'll change the scoreboard in just a minute. I've quickly got to open the game first. There we go. We're playing in our white kit, and Sis Sandra has lost the ball in the first 5 seconds. That's typical of Sandra. Good defending there by Sabbe, I believe, coming back. Let's see here. So we're playing in our white kit. And of course, Atalanta is playing in their kit. They always play in. There you go. Red card. There is no red card yet, so I need to remove that. There you go. Atalanta may get a red card later. Let's see if they can replicate a standard situation here. Would be lovely. Why is chat's not showing? There you go. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'll go maybe like 1-2. Bloop next got 6 on 6 in the Youth League. Interesting, where is chat? It's on screen now. Took a little while to get it to work. There you go. Now the timer, and then we're off. Voila, we are off, guys. We are off. I did not get to see the lineups yet. I'll check that out right now. Alright then, so Atalanta. Let's see who they are starting. Carnesci in goal, as always. Cosono, Gimissi, and Ahanor in the back three. Bellanova, I don't particularly rate Bellanova, if I'm being very honest here. And Dron, Ederson, and Bernasconi in midfield. So Ederson has had ups and downs at Atalanta recently. Dron, not sure about him, to be honest. Yeah, I feel like all of these players I'm not quite sure about for Atalanta. Pasalic is good, of course. Lookman, only just back from an injury, right? Yeah, and then the Ketelaar replacement, but not quite it, is it? Tomorrow, Union against Newcastle, we will be there. And Lookman is playing indeed. Now for Brugge, it looks like Forbes is on the pitch. Tesoldi starting. Don't get why. I did not mean that. I don't get why Tesoldi is starting and not Vermont. That's a poor pass there. I believe the giver was Sandra. Might have been Van Aken. I wasn't really paying attention. Anyhow, the starting 11 for Brugge is Sabbe Ordóñez Mechelen with Seys in the back four, which is interesting. No Meyer starting yet, it seems. Stankovic Sandra. Shut up. I got a random advertisement there. Stankovic Sandra Van Aken. Not optimal, to be honest, at midfield, but oh well. Seys on the ball now. Very composed as always. Gets the ball into Stankovic. Zolis, Van Aken, Forbes, and Tesoldi make up our front four. Prediction, Monaco, Man City. 3-0 City. 3-0 Man City. In fact, 3-1. 3-1. Man City will have Nunez playing, so Man City will concede a goal, but it is what it is, isn't it? Nicky Hine is a fraud. Nah. I get... Excuse me. Ah, excuse me. Breath. I'm not sure why I'm choking right now, literally choking on something. Give me a moment. There we go. That's a lot better. But yeah, I get why he's not starting for the month yet. But I just wonder, when is Vermont gonna start starting again? Because I think a big issue Brugge have had over the years is just that, like, a lack of a proper striker. My prediction is 3-0 Brugge. I think that's a bit ambitious if I'm being honest with him. It's not gonna be like last year. Last season, Atalanta very much so underestimated Brugge. Even after the game at Jan Breidel, a lot of Atalanta fans, a lot of people online, a lot of players looked cocky. People were saying, oh yeah, they got a lucky draw, but they'll get destroyed at Atalanta's ground. There was definitely an element of underestimating Brugge. But I feel like Brugge has been doing great in Europe for 4 seasons in a row now. Round of 16 in Champions League. Semi-final in Conference League. By the way, to that round of 16, Brugge had to beat Atletico Madrid. Then, I feel like the Conference League round of semi-final, nobody really paid attention to the Conference League, so nobody really noticed. So they pulled it under the rug and they thought it was just a 1-season thing. But then you get your Forbes on the ball now. Then you get another season where you get to the round of 16 and where you actually hammered a team like Atalanta to get there. You put up good performances against Celtic, who are generally more respected. And now it's not going to be as much underestimation. If you look at what we've already done in Europe, 4-2 at home against Salzburg, 2 goals down, ending the game 4-2. You look at the way we beat Rangers, I believe 9-1 on aggregates. 4-1 against Monaco. And actually that 4-1 was quite generous of a scoreline for Monaco. You look at all of that, plus this is a team we have already beaten in Europe recently. That underestimation is no longer going to be there. People no longer scoff as much at Brugge as they used to, which means that Brugge isn't going to absolutely shock teams with quality. Today, the special one. Who does Benfica play? Benfica. Let's see. Prediction: Real Madrid. Benfica is gonna lose against Chelsea. Real Madrid is playing against Skyrat. I think that's gonna be a tough game, you know. Skyrat away. I think they'll win. It will be like 2-0. I think a lot of teams are gonna struggle with Skyrat away. They're gonna think it's an easy game. But then they're in the fucking mountains. Literally in the mountains. They're playing in what looks like a Soviet Union stadium. I mean, look it up. That stadium looks like a fucking gulag. They're playing inside of there. It's a long trip to even get there. You're tired. You just played. I think a lot of teams are gonna be very much so shocked when they go there. So I think 2-0, but it's gonna be a long night for Madrid. Terrible pass by... Was that Stankovic? Doesn't matter, the ball is out now for the goal kick to Atalanta. 4:30 when? When do we play them? Obviously not now, because it's still gonna be a little while. Because international break is coming soon, isn't it? Great pass forwards. Can Van Aken get to it? Yes, he can. But the ball's been dumped away by a Hanor. Sorry, I need to get that name right. But I'll throw in January. I'm not gonna remember that hour come January. Ball straight into the face there of Brandon Mechelen, and Club Brugge have it back. But, ball to Zolis there. It wasn't a great ball, but Zolis gets it well and passes it terribly. Now ball with Says. Zolis again. And ball just going around at the moment. Heavy touch Sandra, which invites pressure. This is the thing, yeah. Sandra can take a heavy touch once in a while in the Belgian league and escape with it. But when he does it in Europe, you're immediately put under pressure. He needs to be careful with that. Big up, hello to Rosa, how are you? Ordonez. Ball to Van Aken and to the right here with Sabbe. Sabbe's gonna feed the ball to Sandra, now Forbes. And Forbes just draws the ball backwards. Good, what about you? I'm chilling, thank you for asking. Or Yashari is at the game. Now he needs to fuck off. Is Yashari in the stadium for this game? Is that what you mean? He needs to fuck off if he is. Can't be pretending to be loving Bruges the way he fucked us over. He needs to fuck off. And ball out for the throw-in now. Joaquin says with the throw-in. Let me pin this. Atalanta fans are booing the Bruges players. Probably because they held a fat L to Bruges last time they played. Because that was the Atalanta super team. He is in the stadium. Yeah, he can fuck off. That Atalanta super team held a big fat L to this Bruges team. And they didn't quite like that. Ball headed away by Atalanta. Zolis picks it up. Zolis needs to pass it into the box quicker. This is a poor pass, really. Sace presses up high now, but yeah. Zolis has not been playing great recently. Stankovic could have passed the ball forwards there to Sabbe, but chose to go backwards. We need to move Zolis a bit more wide here, I think. And just let Zolis just stay wide a bit. Don't let him fuck around too much. Because when he's playing good, you want him to go everywhere, right? But right now, he's not playing good. Just keep him wide. Keep him with a specific job. And let him ball. Look at the Champions League table. I mean, it means nothing. Oh, wow, at first. Oh, okay. That means nothing, does it? Tomorrow, Barcelona against PSG. That's gonna be a good game, isn't it? Is that at the same time as Man City? Yeah, it's gonna be at the same time. What a fucking fraudulent thing that is. Zolis has a go at it. Shoots the ball over the bar. Well over the bar. Space program. It's okay for Zolis to have a pot shot outside of the box though, because he can score them. It's not okay when other players do it. Like, Say's also getting angry, asking why didn't you give me the ball? Let's be honest, that ball would have just circulated 20 more times, instead of doing anything with it. Good defending Ordonez, and Say's now, still Say's, gets it into Tresoldi, who brings it to Zolis. Zolis on the ball, Says is wide with him. Tresoldi continues his run centrally and gets onto the ball, but he's forced wide. Says now. Could cross it in, has crossed it in. Wasn't a great cross. It's put out for the corner. Zolis with the corner, takes it short. Forbes says to Zolis again. This is a dead routine, can't lie. Ball to the far post, cleared. Stankovic shot into, I believe, Lukman. And now Says onto the ball again. Says into the middle of the pack there with Forbes, who has had a go and hits his own player. Sorry, that's Soldi, not Forbes. My apologies. Ordonez, not Forbes. My apologies times 2. He just walloped that ball into Tresoldi there. Ordonez, that was a bit stupid, if I'm being honest. Says. Good play here right now by Brugge, but just going nowhere. You look at all those tiki-taka passes and flick-ons and stuff, but ball's not moved any closer to the goal. Sometimes you just need to Brexit football. I like that from Sandra, getting across there with the drone. Not letting him just run past, showing, hey, I'm here. Forbes, Tresoldi, sloppy, free kick to Atalanta. Yeah, that's sloppy. Just sloppy way to lose the ball, really, and then picking at each other's legs. Yeah. Team City brings the ball to the right there with Bellanova. It's just tracking back again. Neither side's really too aggressive at the moment. Bellanova makes a run. He was followed by Says, so the ball went to the left side of the pitch instead with Bernasconi. Now Lukman's come onto the ball. He's had to drop deep to receive it. Lukman's given a bit of time to get his feet together here. Almost had a shot there, then decided to pass instead. Maybe wrong decision, or Ordonez was able to get in between it. Now the ball is just ricocheting around that box. And it's still around that box. Can Lukman get off a shot? No, it's been blocked. And now Brugge just cleared away. But you can see, the moment you give a bit of time to a player like Lukman, I mean, that's the only player of that quality on the pitch right now. But when you give a bit of time to a player like that, things get nervous very quickly, don't they? Bellanova. He won't try to take on Sace. The ball just goes in a merry-round again. I like the physicality though. You see Forbes and earlier Sandra just pulling, coming across, like pushing, just showing that they're there. I like that. Oh, Van Aken almost got the ball there. It just slipped through his feet. Now, Ederson just has a go at it from afar. It's well wide though. But Look at how much time he's got. How much time and space he's got. You need to get across far, far quicker there and not allow so much space. And Van Aken, he's not running back. He's not sprinting back when he gets cooked. He does this, then he turns around and jogs back. It's, I mean, it's a clear sign of an aging player, isn't it? Nice bit of footwork there from Ederson. But now the ball has been won back by Brugge. Not for very long. The second ball goes to... Or third ball, should I say, goes to Atalanta. Who are now going to try to come again. Pasalic here, dropping deep. Trying to get a touch of the ball. Now ball's gone to the right again. Good forwards play. Good tracking back there as well from Zolis. And now Brugge trying to move the ball forward. Brilliant play from Stankovic to get that ball to Gasoldi. And now ball moves to Forbes, who slips. Somehow keeps the ball. That's lucky. But poor passing though. Everyone's in a bit of a panic, it seems. Now going forward, said Atalanta. Ordonez trying to get the ball back. Ball comes wide. Good defending. I believe that's Zolis again, but you need to get in shape here, not just stand around. Says on Bellanova. Gasoldi coming across strong there. Vincent Manhart, ex-CEO of Club Brugge, says Romeo Vermans looks like he'll be a Red Devil, which is a player for the Belgian national team. That's what they're called, the Golden Devils. A Diablo Rouge in French. I mean, he's gonna be a Red Devil very soon. And if he's not, I mean, that's just fraudulent if he's not. Free kick to Atalanta. Decent free kick here by Atalanta. Really good free kick. Really good defending as well. Sabbe. They had the Brugge surprise there for a moment, but Sabbe did very well to get to that. And now good defending as well by Forbes. Everyone putting in a shift. Yeah, Bertascini would have been called up if he didn't get injured. If Bertascini was not injured, he would have been called up. And he would have started as well. So Bertascini will get there once he's once Bertascini stops being made of glass, he'll be playing. He will be playing. Ball into the box, cleared. And Forbes now onto Gasoldi. Gasoldi slips. It's a free kick, says the referee. A bit soft stat, but I'll take it. Did you see that about Bruyne and Conte? I mean, it's just stupid. Conte is not that guy. Like, I'm gonna be honest, you are not that guy, my guy. Poor pass from Jakkers, and Forbes almost got onto the pass backwards from Jim City. Now Ordonez intercepts the Forbes ball by Atalanta. Feel like he could have maybe kept possession though. It's out for the throw-in. That was fraudulent. This game been a bit fraudulent so far. Nothing much is happening, and I feel like Brugge are getting weaker as the game goes on. Sandra into Seis. Seis, Zolis. Can we find out connections here? No, we can't. Free kick to Brugge though. And the game is also getting very scrappy. Just a lot of challenges and pulling back and sloppy passing. You know what I mean when I say scrappy. These players are up for one right now. Mechelen into Seis. Seis, good ball to Van Aken. Van Aken moves it backwards to Seis again. And Seis finds Sabbe in a bit of space. Sabbe maybe too quickly tries to play it to Forbes and can't get the ball there. Now Brugge out of possession again. You need to get a hold of this ball. If we look at the past 10 minutes, I think 90% of it has been... 9 of the past 10 minutes are probably spent on the Brugge half. Like, get a hold of the ball. Start with that. Kuiper and Talbi are watching the Brugge game. Take up to them. Imagine Lookman prime head loss. Imagine actually focusing on the game instead of making up fictions. Because this game... still a bit tight. It's 0-0. And I think this is a game that we kind of need to win, if you look at our fixtures. Because, let's say we need like 13 points to be guaranteed to survive. I think that's fair. We've got 3 points right now. Ball cleared by Ordóñez. We've got Bayern München and Barcelona next. We're losing those games. We've got Arsenal. We're losing against Arsenal. Are we beating Marseille? Probably not. Let's say we get a draw because it is at home. So we're at 4 points then. Kairat we should beat. Moves us up to 7 points. We win this game, we're at 10 points. And then we still need to beat Sporting. So penalty a favor del Real Madrid. It's actually so fucking funny. How do all these strikers, Mbappé, Kane, keep getting penalties, bro? It's actually ridiculous. Like, it's actually ridiculous. You need to check the penalty records. Like, 2 goal-scoring records without penalties. You need to check those out. They're so funny. They're actually so funny. Soldi on the ball again. Especially Kane. Bro, what the fuck is 27 penalties in 27 penalties in 2 seasons? How the fuck do you get 27 penalties in 2 seasons? I mean, that just don't make sense, does it? Today Vitesse. Fuck him. They're fucked anyhow. I believe offside is being given here. Oh no, a free kick to Brugge. I'll take it. Who do you think ranks higher all time? Benzema or Kane? I mean, it's not even close, it's Benzema. Benzema is well clear of Kane. Free kick now to Brugge. I mean, let's put it this way. Who misses a penalty in a semi-final? Benzema or Kane? I'm just saying. And it really matters. Alas. Zolis. Yeah, thank you, bro. It's just truth. Zolis, his cross was terrible, by the way. Big up to Bose. Oh, I did not mean to open the scoreboard. Real Madrid try not to cheat challenge. I mean, you know what they say. Don't throw stones when you're in glass houses. Is that how the saying goes? I think that's how the saying goes. Alfie, I have come to take the piss out of you, but I can't think of anything. Wait 30 minutes. You might have something. You might have something 30 minutes from now. Stankovic, forward pass backwards. Now Ordonez. Good physicality to Mechelen. Now just plays the ball up the pitch. Get a hold of this ball, bruv. I mean, this is a panicked defense. This is just everyone's running across everywhere, and great challenge there. I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Mechelen. Ball still in the area, and it's out for a corner at last. Yeah, this defense is woeful. This defense is woeful. I'm doing great at the moment. What about you? That was a great challenge there by Stankovic. You'll have another chance. Let's see here. When is it? You'll have another chance on the 10th of December. 10 December is your next chance. Says. Yay, Mbappé scores again. I think all his Champions League goals so far are penalties this season. I think he scored 3 goals so far in the Champions League. I think all 3 of them are penalties. I mean, what are we doing here? And then people say, oh, but a penalty is a goal too. And that's true, but like... there is a point where you're like, what are we doing here? Jeroen. Yeah, another top game for the neutrals is this. Both teams are scared of going forwards. Villanova making another run, but again he does not receive the ball. Oh, look at that space Brugge is leaving behind. Kosono had free roam to run there. Brugge picks up the ball again now. And good work from Tressoldi to play out of pressure. And he plays a ball forwards. Forwards will get there. This is certainly a great counter attack. But the pass is not all that. I mean, it's landed, but yeah. Momentum was just gone. Should have just shot. I was playing Ultimate Team last night. Had these 2 games, nearly smashed my controller. Got dribbled past like for 10 goals. That's why you don't play online in any game nowadays, really. I never play online games anymore. Like not competitive online games, at the very least. Like, for example, like a hangout game, maybe I'll play. I play on tap a lot. I'll be honest, I'm on... if you know what on tap is, it's like a hangout game. I play that a lot, to be honest. So, I do that, but... I just can't. With like the modern online gaming scene, I just Handbrev. Alf, please appreciate we have the goat. De Bruyne already left, actually. Unless you mean Haaland, yes. One day he will retire and we will miss him. We will miss Haaland when he retires, of course. Now ball comes to Jakkers. And Seys. Zolis and Seys again. Van Aken. Stankovic gives the ball back to Van Aken. Poor ball forward staat Stankovic. You learn a lot playing FIFA. You learn how to hate yourself, I suppose. The game is actually shit, though. Doesn't teach you shit about football. Pep. Eh. What about him? Ordonez is clearly not as fast as Lookman. But it doesn't matter. Club Brugge again on the ball. Van Aken. Forbes is on his right here. Zolis instead receives the ball. Zolis. Good cross to the far post and Tesoldi just can't get there. Pro gamers have gotten better. That'll cross. That would have been a goal, by the way. That's a moment Vermont gets to that ball and puts it in the back of the net. Like, that's the difference between a good striker and a very, very elite striker in Vermont. He gets to that ball and puts it in the back of the net. Tesoldi gets there, but he can't put it on target. Pro gamers, but it's just gamers in general. People have no life nowadays, bro. Go back to 2015. In fact, 2015 stuff was already cancerous, but let's just say 2015. 10 years ago. Play a game. CSGO. Online. Look at the quality of the play that you would play against 10. And compare that to the same level that you play at now. People have no life. Like, genuinely no life anymore. Some people, their entire personality is a single game. Forbes picks up the ball. Still Forbes. Slowing down again. Tesoldi now. On to Zolis. Zolis is gonna have a go! 1-0! Wow! There you go. There you go. That's why I said Zolis is allowed to do that. Beautiful goal from Zolis. That's absolutely beautiful. I love this man, bro. I love this man. There you go. 1 goal in 2 games. Easy peasy, guys. Easy peasy. Forbes did really good work there. Intercepting the ball. He slowed down, yeah, but got the ball to Tesoldi in the end. Tesoldi gave it to Zolis and, well, Zolis did that. He did Zolis things. None of these things will teach you football. When you see professional players use VR headsets, those are specific programs designed for those football clubs and purchased by those football clubs. They are really expensive programs and they only train a specific skill. They only train a specific skill. FIFA does not really teach you football. It really doesn't. I don't know how I feel about 24/7 gamers. I think it's ridiculous and it's no different than streamers. All they do is watch football. Sort of useless. Well, if it's your job, that's a different thing. Most people don't game for a job, do they? And most people don't do gaming for a job. So I feel like that just doesn't really make sense. Like, oh, an accountant has no life. He's in the accounting office all day. Well, yeah, he's accounting all day. He's bookkeeping. He's doing administrative work. It's his job. Like, if you're doing your job, take professional gamers. Simple. CSGO played back a few years ago. Arguably the GOAT of CSGO. It's his job. So when he's playing the game for like 12 hours a day, well, he's paid to do that. So that's different. That's different from playing a game all day, making that game your personality, but you don't earn any money with it. There's a big difference between the two. Erdl, no one has ever been convinced by a straw man. I'll just say it as it is here. If you want to change someone's mind, a straw man is the dumbest thing you can put up there. Half, how good were you at running? Like, how fast was I? Or how long can I run? What do you mean with how good were you at running? I was very fast. But my stamina wasn't that great. Good ball into Tresoldi again. I mean, I probably could have worked more on my stamina as well, but I was lazy. So that's a bit my own fault, but yeah, I was fast, if that's what you mean. Yeah, one of them is $200 a month for a footballer. You mean one of the programs? Yeah, I can see that. Zoli's FC. Zoli's FC will be back soon. He just needs to get that consistency back, because I mean, this guy just has a random 1 or 2 months where he goes missing every season, I guess. So time for that 2 months to come to an end and to actually play football again. Zoli's got not strapped ball there. Says kind of catapulted it forwards, but no real. I guess a trebuchet would have been a more accurate description, but no real goal. Now ball comes to the left. Lookman. Still Lookman crosses it in. It's played haphazardly, and Brugge tried to go forwards again. Zoli's going backwards. Sandra. Oh, this guy makes me violent sometimes. Brugge, let's go. Miles per hour. Miles per hour. I think I might have to ban you for that. I was almost always the fastest player on the pitch. Almost always. I don't know my exact speed. I never really bothered measuring it. I don't think you know what a straw man is, by the way. I'll come back to that in a second. But yeah, I was pretty much always the fastest player on the pitch. But I never measured my speed. Your VO2... yeah, it was. To be honest, it was. But yeah. A straw man is when you attack an argument, or the weakest version of an argument you can make, that either encompasses or doesn't at all encompass the viewpoint of what the other person thinks. You are going with the argument, you want a manager who has won things in the past. That's what a winning manager is. You want a manager who has trophies under the belt, who can win trophies, or who has won trophies. You are defining winning manager as someone who has won trophies. However, I do not care about what happened in the past. So your definition of a winning manager that you are implying is absolutely pointless to my stance in any argument, because I do not care about what a manager did in the past. But you define winning manager by trophies won in the past. So that is a straw man. You defined the very thing I'm looking for as the exact opposite thing of what I'm looking for. That is a straw man. You can do marathons now that football didn't work out. I just keep my fitness to a decent level. I try to avoid coke and stuff, but nowadays not really anymore. But I tried to in the past. But for the most part, I don't really look at it that much, to be honest. What's up, everyone? Big up, Alf. Big up to everyone in chat right now. Big up to Zoli's, who put us 1-0 ahead. Is that halftime? Yes, it is. It was very boring. That's a false equivalence. You are comparing safety work with a management job. That's two different things there. That is two different things. But also implying that every manager who is not Pep Guardiola is a rookie, which is simply not true. If you want to call me out for being contradictory, listen, I know biological fallacies. If you want to tell me I'm suffering from cognitive dissonance, fine, but I'm gonna be an asshole about it. I will be an asshole about it if you tell me I have cognitive dissonance. There is no logic in that argument. No, they aren't. They aren't, because you define a winning manager by someone who has won trophies in the past. I define a winning manager by their ability to win games, and by extension trophies, in the present and in the future. So we have two different definitions. That is fine. You can define things in a different way, but you can't apply your definition to my opinion and call it a contradiction. That is a straw man. And again, you don't convince people with straw men. You really don't. Let me pause the timer here. There we go. Anyhow, good first half, isn't it? Let's see if we actually keep that up, though. We all know Brugge. Yeah, you get one good half, and then you get the second half. I mean, what would your marathon time be? I've no idea. I've really no idea. I think if I did like how long is a short marathon? Like 5 kilometers is a short marathon, right? How long is a short marathon? Like 5 kilometers, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, 10 kilometers. I don't know. Maybe an hour? I don't know. I've no idea, mate. So 10 kilometers is 6.2 miles, by the way. An hour per mile, is that a good time? Like, I've never measured things. Big up to Magnus Carlsen, by the way. Who just became a father. Appreciation and belief in continuation are two separate things. This is the problem. I just don't get. Not this part, I just don't get. Because you come into my opinion from an argumentative stance, so you intrinsically dismiss it whilst trying to understand it. You don't understand an opinion by dismissing it. That is the problem. Okay, again, you want to tell me I'm self-contradictory. You want to tell me I'm illogical because self-contradiction is illogic. Fine. But you're gonna need a better argument than a straw man. I do appreciate how great Pep was in the past. What I've said in the past is I don't think this manager is adapting to modern football. That is completely separate from was he good in the past. I think De Bruyne was very good in the past. I don't know if he's that good anymore right now. If you was married and had 20 amazing years, but the last few years wasn't so good, would you get a divorce? I mean, that is a very broad way to put it. But if that relationship became toxic, then a divorce would probably be the best thing to do. So, yeah, that depends on the context, I suppose. But staying trapped in a toxic relationship just because you had 20 good years is not logical. Because you can't use the past to justify the future. If we use the past to justify the future, let's put that in a moral sense. I put that in kilometers. But probably not. If you use the past to justify the future, in a moral sense, you could say slavery would still be good now because it used to be considered acceptable. You can't justify the future by the past. Or maybe you want to put it in a more accomplishment-wise sense. So you'd say Jose Mourinho was good in the past, so Jose Mourinho is still world-class right now. You're projecting the past onto the future. It doesn't always work like that. Would you cheat if you're sexually unsatisfied in a relationship? Well, I wouldn't cheat. There'd be a lot of steps to get through. But I think it would have to end with a breakup. Like, if it's really that bad and you can't talk it through and there's a lot of toxicity and yada yada, I think you'd have to get to a point of breakup. And, I mean, it's not cheating if you break up first. Yeah, I can't do that, mate. I cannot do that in one run. So no. I'll train. I'll get update, but no. So, but nah, I would not cheat. I would not cheat. I mean, if it's that bad, just break up, isn't it? But like I don't know. But I'm saying he's had, what, 20 years behind him of total success. And you think that after a season that wasn't so good, that it's better out there. Well, again, what do you mean with better out there? Because you're trying to quantify my opinion with your definitions. Everyone has internal definitions to words. And I'm being very semantic right now. But I think sometime I'll get back to that, mob. I think when you get to arguments like this, you have to be semantic. But what do you define as better out there? Because when I say it's better out there for Man City, I say there's someone out there with new ideas who's going to build up our club better from where we are now, who's going to be a better long-term option, and who can get this team to winning again with a winning mentality. But if you're defining better as someone who can do a 5-peat, it does not exist. Nobody's gonna win a 5-peat in the Premier League in the next 50 years. So... breaking news, Dani Carvajal got 2-game suspension. Champions League. Is that breaking news? But what if you like a girl just can't fornicate with her? Mob. I'm getting a bit concerned to why you are asking me these questions. But, sexuality is a big part of a relationship. If you're in a relationship, I don't know why I'm giving fucking relationship advice here, but if you're in a relationship, sexuality is a very big part of that. It's not all of it, but it's like maybe 30%. If you're not matching on that 30% at all, probably need to break up. Okay, factual only. Is there a more successful manager winning trophies than Pep? You know how in courts they say, or they dismiss things based on relevance? How's that relevant? Is there a more successful football player in the history of football than Messi? No. Okay. How's that relevant? Standard Liège are not happy with a red card for Marlon Fossey. I don't think that's how you spell that name, by the way. Let me check. Marlon. Standard Marlon. How do you spell this guy's name? Fossey with an F. F, okay. They can cry. It was pretty obvious red to me. Because it's the aim of the sport to win trophies. Okay, but... how's this relevant? How is the past relevant to the future? I've got one for you. Napoleon Bonaparte, because we're gonna take past and we're gonna justify the future based on the past, right? Napoleon Bonaparte went from France, completely outnumbered, surrounded on all sides, beat the coalition in 3 separate wars. Which means Napoleon Bonaparte will beat the coalition again in the next war. But he didn't. He lost the 7th war of the coalition, which ended up being his downfall. So, I can do this with managers, Jose Mourinho. I can do this with historical figures. Track record. Again, what does track record mean to the future? You're using the past to justify the future. I don't care about track records. When Pep Guardiola first landed at Barcelona, he had won nothing, 0. But he won the treble in his first season, so who cares that he won nothing when he got the job? Alfie on Edge is fun. Pause. People go through that all the time. That's why people have open relationships now. Sure, but that means you need to agree on that well beforehand. And again, that's sexuality being a part of a relationship. I think for most open relationships, it's probably not very healthy, and people just use it as an excuse. But if that's something you've agreed on and something that works healthily for you, sure. Sure. But that's something you need to discuss. And open relationships are not cheating. But like, that's an entirely separate thing. The second half should start soon, at which point I'll run downstairs and get a bottle of water. Gotta be healthier, gotta stop drinking this Coke. Get a bottle of water instead. Let's see. Anything else going on right now in the Champions League? Well, Madrid is playing, but nobody cares. Marseille Ajax later today, that might be interesting. Well, that's just not. I mean, that is a gross misunderstanding of history. His collapse already began in Spain when he just got bogged down to that guerrilla war. The thing is, Russia had stopped imposing his trade embargo. Napoleon had a continental system, which was a trade embargo on the United Kingdom, which was his realistic only way of winning against them, by crippling their economy enough to stop waging war. I know it wasn't called the United Kingdom back then, but Russia left the continental system, stopped enforcing it, which means Napoleon was being bled dry financially, but Russia wasn't, Great Britain wasn't, Portugal wasn't, which was his main cause for the Iberian Peninsular War, sorry. Nobody was enforcing his continental system. So he had to go there and enforce it himself. But he couldn't win every war. At some point he overextended. And he didn't try to take Russia, he only wanted Russia to enforce his system. He didn't want to conquer them. And if he did not put Russia in their place, then eventually you get other Russia. Russia was enforcing the continental system at the time. If Prussia sees, well, Russia isn't doing it, now I won't do it. And then Denmark does not want to do it. And suddenly, the continental system falls apart. You need to... it's easy to say retroactively when someone loses something. That's where you went wrong. Well, this is also not true, but I'll get to that. It's easy to say retroactively when someone goes wrong, or when someone loses. This is where you go wrong. But that's often not the case. Napoleon couldn't really... Napoleon could not physically win that war as long as Great Britain was imposing embargoes on him. If Napoleon went wrong anywhere, which I think is very hard to say, but if he did, I think it's the fact that he didn't try a more diplomatic route, because he did have Austria in... he did have the Austrian Empire in cahoots, because he was married to an Austrian princess. Sorry's now with a pot shot from well far out. But I think it's very... you're boiling a lot down to saying Napoleon fell from grace because he attacked Russia. Wasn't really left without choice. Didn't have any choice. If he didn't attack Russia, he would become economically crumbled, while all the major powers around him kept going up in economic status. And if he does invade Russia like he ends up doing, he ends up losing. So I think that's difficult to say. the downfall of the man whose name I cannot say on YouTube, or they're gonna have a seizure, was not the same as Napoleon. His downfall was that he did not obey his commanders and he just pushed through the winter. If he had waited the winter out, he could have potentially gone further. But the man whose name I shall not say also did not have the economic, the industrial, the populous power to match the Russia, it's Soviet Union, but Russia for argument's sake. Great Britain, he didn't have the power to invade Great Britain as well. There's so many more things that went wrong. To say it's invading Russia where you went wrong is not really true, I think. And Alexander the Great died under mysterious circumstances. His empire was actually very well held together. Alexander the Great was gonna push into India. He was actually great at keeping that empire running. But that empire only collapsed because Alexander the Great died early. I'm not saying it would have lasted longer if he didn't die early, but that is why it collapsed the way it did. He was probably overextending if we're looking at it factually. But again, we're operating on things we don't know then, and I don't know if that's fair to historical figures. As far as, ball into the box, called by Jakkers. Good work by him. And if we're looking at Great Britain, they decolonized themselves. So that's not really falling from grace. If anything, Great Britain, the United Kingdom, became a better nation for it. Because they chose to decolonize. And they didn't choose to make sure the colonies were fine afterwards. They said, fuck these colonies. But they did choose to decolonize, so I mean, that's your own choice. It's like, if you have 3 houses, and you decide to sell 2 of them, or to give 2 of them away to your brothers. Let's say you have 2 brothers, and you have 3 houses. And you say, my older brother and my younger brother, here are 2 homes that you can live in. I'll put them on your name legally, they're gifts of mine to you. You didn't really lose them, you gave them away. We're just talking history now, I guess, but yeah. That's my take on that. Stankovic. Sandra. Forward cross that, and ball into the goalkeeper's hands. Kosunu now on the ground, crying about something. Oh, he touched me. I'm sure he did, my guy. Stop crying. I thought I heard something. That'll be fine. I mean, that's correct. They didn't decolonize properly. They just said, go fuck yourself, you're free. But they did make the decision themselves to decolonize. It's not like that was something forced upon them. They just decided that colonies were gonna be fucked up after they left. Nerd emoji. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And now a throw-in again to Atalanta. Israel Palestine is very much so. That's a lot more. I mean, it's partly the British their fault, but like we're going way back with that debate, and I don't feel like answering who's wrong or who's right, because let's be honest, neither of them are. Like Palestine, Hamas is just a bunch of terrorists who disguise themselves in a righteous cause, and Israel is a genocidal ethno state. It's like pick your poison, and then people call you immoral for calling out either one of them or both. But that dates back far longer than that. Like you could argue it starts with the Dreyfus affair, because after the Dreyfus affair, a lot of Jews start moving to Israel, to what is now Israel. Back then it wasn't called that, of course, but it dates back to farther than that, doesn't it? I'm not sure if that's true either. I don't think it's a bad thing, but like spreading culture, Great Britain spread a lot of culture, not just their own culture, but exotic cultures, I suppose, to Britain. But I'm not sure if that's innately good or bad. I suppose it depends on what you value. If you value culture, I suppose, yes, that is a great thing they did. But I don't care that much about culture. I think culture is just something that exists, like a set of traditions and stuff. I don't really care much about it. Of course, football is cultured, so I guess that way I'd be wrong then, but you get what I mean, right? I don't think it's the most important thing in the world. I think probably a bit more important is whether you're starving or not. Great Britain knows a lot about starving people. Take up the Irish. That won't be solved though, will it? I mean, they'll sign a piece of paper, everyone will be happy, and then they'll wake up tomorrow and they'll hate each other again. So, I mean, that's not a solution, that's just kicking the bucket down the road again. I mean, it's a start, but I mean, there is a quote: Congress dances, but it does not progress. I feel like that's it. It's just you're dancing again. You've got that peace treaty, or an armistice, or whatever it is, and all culture except food. And I think food is one of the most important things, man. Get me that. Bro, by the way, I'm just gonna say it, yeah? Italian cuisine is the best cuisine out there. Top 5 foods in the world. Most people will put spaghetti, pizza, or lasagna, or maybe all 3 in their top 5 foods. No other cuisine can claim that. People will put fries there, so that's Belgian thing. Sure, but that's the only thing. People will put, I don't know, hamburgers there, if they're more of a fast food guy. But, which by the way, hamburgers are an American thing. The hamburgers, the way they are in Germany, are not the same the way Americans later reinvented them. Completely different thing. Italian cuisine is just clear. No other cuisine has people putting 3 different food items into their top 5. That just doesn't exist. Yeah, I agree. It's not bad, but it's not intrinsically great either. Like, it's just a neutral thing. Oh, you spread culture. Okay. That's not good and that's not bad. That's just a thing that happened, right? I don't really feel one way about it or another. Mexican is the best. Ball headed backwards and cleared. I feel like with Mexican cuisine, people will put tacos up there for sure. That's about it. Like, let's be honest, that's about it, isn't it? When we're talking about top 5 food items, I feel like taco is the only one who's in contention there. But by the way, I didn't even mention just pasta in general. Which, I mean, pretty much everyone puts that up there. But what does French have? Like, French cuisine is so dead, they have nothing original. Baguettes are Austrian, so don't say that. Fries are Belgian, so don't say that either. Croissants are also Austrian. I like eggplant parmigiano, Alfredo pasta. Not a fan of Italian fish. I don't like fish in general, to be honest. Like, there's some fish I will randomly. Good save by Jakkert, so he was a bit of his line. Could have made that easier on himself there. Free kick to Brugge now, I believe, offside. I'm not a big fan of fish in general. I do like sushi. Some sushi. Depending on what cut of fish it is as well, but I don't know. I'm not a big fish guy in general, sorry. Yeah, ball was out of play, it's a goal kick. Also, westernized Chinese food is amazing. I like scampi's. I'm not sure what they're called in English, but I like scampi's. French cuisine was peak in the 90s. But what food item, really? Like, what food that originates from France do people say, yeah, that's one of my favorite foods to eat? Yeah, there's a lot of good Mediterranean food out there. Greek has some good food as well. Greece, not Greek. There's some good Greek foods out there. Thailand, or Thai, I see AK put in chat. Big up, by the way. Zoli's going forwards. Still, Zoli's is being pulled back, gets the ball to Says. He wants a free kick, not gonna get it though. It takes a lot of good cuisines. Yes, Alf. Big up to AK. How are you? I like Mexican a lot. I like Mexican, but I don't think it's the best cuisine. Like, if we're speaking about the best, I like it, but it's not the best, is it? Turkish, actually. Turkish has some bangers. Kebab. I mean, we're not even gonna argue about this. Kebab and pita, that is just top tier. The Turks, yeah, they've got some great stuff going. Morocco? Nothing really, to be honest, if I'm thinking about it now. I don't really know that many Moroccan food, to be honest. Yeah, I like Thai as well, but I feel like Thai has too many spices in it sometimes. Like, I can handle spicy food, that's not a problem. It's not like I can't handle the spices. But I feel like sometimes Thai food has spices just for the sake of having spices. There's no flavor they add. It's just, yeah, let's put spice in here for the sake of putting spice in here. They call everything in shrimps other country. They are they are simple-minded. It's not as simple as that. Tacos, burritos. At burritos is a good shout. I don't like enchiladas, to be honest. I'm hate watching Madrid. You're seldom gonna get a successful hate watch. That's solely off Vermont on, that should be good. You're seldom gonna get a good hate watch. Isn't French cuisine basically baguettes, croissants, and wine? Well, wine is not really a... Wine is too broad of a thing. Like, if you say French wine specifically, yeah. I like French wine, but I think it's overrated. I think Spanish wine and Greek wine is actually better than French wine. Cheese... I like cheese, but I'm not big on it. Croissants and baguettes are both Austrian. So both of those are Austrian, so that's not French. Ball into the box now. Corner from Atalanta has been cleared by Brugge. Morocco is the #1 food worldwide at the moment. Says every top chef from the Michelin guide. Really? What specific dish though? Because we're talking about specific dishes like pizza, lasagna, to say Italian here, I guess, or paella if you're going to Spain, or fries if you're going to Belgium, toast if you're going to the Netherlands. French toast, by the way, that's Dutch, not French, just saying. If you see any food item with the name French on it, just know it's not from France. French fries, Belgium. French toast, the Netherlands. Just remember that. Most French food is not actually French. Macarons, Italian. Just keep that in mind. They're fucking thieves. Langoustines, scampis, garnalen, everything is shrimps to them. It's not as simple as that, as I said earlier. You have insane tagines. Mishri, ball to the right here for Atalanta. Zappacosta. When did Zappacosta come on this pitch? Ball cleared by Stankovic. And Atalanta coming again. Or something is also insane Moroccan dish. I can't say I've ever tried this, if I'm being honest. Maybe I need to try some more Moroccan foods. Maybe I'm uneducated here. But I don't feel like Moroccan has that much special stuff going on. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, good play here by Atalanta and woeful defending by Brugge. Ordóñez decides he'll track back, at least. And now, Forbes wins a throw-in. Good work. And not a comfy game. Not a very comfy game, if we're being honest. What other games are in the Champions League right now? So, Real Madrid is winning 2-0. I predicted 2-0 as a final score. Mbappé has finally scored a goal in the Champions League this season. That is not a penalty. 4 goals, 3 penalties. I mean... Don't eat Moroccan restaurants in Belgium. They are bland of taste, it sucks. Go to Tangier on vacation and be amazed. Brother, I'm broke though. I'm broke. Like, I ain't going on vacation anywhere. But no, I hear you. I feel the same thing with Japanese food. And Europe in general. Japanese food in Europe is so shit, man. They try so hard to, like, get that Japanese energy right, but none of it is correct. Pain au chocolat. That's like saying chocolate is Belgium's best food. Well, chocolate isn't really Belgian though, is it? Like, Belgian chocolate is Belgian, but... I don't know. I don't think Belgian chocolate is even the best in the world. Prediction, Union, Saint-Gilloise, Newcastle. 1-0 Union. 1-0 to the Union. To be honest, I think Swiss chocolate is probably better. I love Côte d'Or. I absolutely love Côte d'Or, and I love zeevruchten. I'll be honest, I do think Swiss chocolate is probably better. Big up Elf, big up Teal, how are you? Ball into the box now for Atalanta, and it's been blocked by Sabbe, but ball just come around again. Good close into the box, good goalkeeping, Jakkers. And he just lays down on the ball, as you should, just catch your regrets. But yeah. They brought Zappacosta, Samardzic, and Sulemana off the bench. I mean, that's some quality to bring off the bench, isn't it? And Musa, but eh. Brugge going forwards again. Sabbe. Sabbe on the ball now. It was Mechelen passing to Sabbe. And now ball with Forbes. Vermont is kind of silent right now. He's not really moving a lot. I need to see some movement from my striker. Madrid at it again. That's a definite pen. Hey, corruption is not bad. Corruption is only bad if I'm not involved. There we go. And I'm not involved in this corruption, so it's bad. Stankovic. Onto Sabbe again. Sabbe into Van Aken. Sabbe. Forbes. Loses the ball again. It's out for a throw-in. I need to see Pep take revenge on Vardret. I think that game is going to be a vet lesson. This manager is about to take vet lesson off the bench, bro. Now it's not the game, bro. Now it's not the game. We will be third, but I don't think we'll win at the Bernabeu, to be honest. Portuguese and Barca food is a lot like seafood, basically cooked right. You're gonna anger a lot of seafood fans with that. But I hate how half the seafoods are like half cooked or raw or shit like that. Just cook your fish properly. Like what is it called? Battered fish. I'm not sure where the battered fish is from actually, but I love battered fish. That's just properly cooked. Chorizo cooked in tequila is supposed to be good. I've never tried that. I should. Sounds delicious. Sounds delicious. Ordonez again. I like Swiss double grown or English dairy milk. Yeah, I think English cuisine gets clowned on, by the way. There's a lot of good English cuisine out there, but they just get clowned on because it looks terrible. Oh, terrible back pass here, and Sub is not going to get to that ball. Don't concede a penalty. Jesus Christ, what are you guys doing? Good goalkeeping twice over from Jakkers. He came too far out of the goal there, though. It might be a penalty. Pavlovic and Semenyo linked to City. Yeah, this Sandra guy has to come off the pitch, mate. He's woeful. He did get the ball, I believe. Now that's not his fault, let's be honest. He didn't touch him. He didn't touch him, so it won't be a penalty. That's Sandra's fault. That's Sandra's fault. What the fuck was that back pass? I like Belgian waffles. Yeah, waffles are good, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Jakkers didn't touch him. I said so. No penalty. Yeah, that's never a penalty. Is Belgian like Mussels. Well, mussels is what's mussel is in English? It's not oysters. It's something else. It's not oysters. It's it is mussels. Okay, never mind. It is mussels. Come on, VAR. That should never be a penalty. You like beef cooked in beer? Not really. That should never be a penalty. That's a terrible decision. That's a terrible decision. He literally did not touch him. He literally did not touch him. That's woeful decision right there. And he scores. That's fucking shit. That's absolutely woeful refereeing. He literally did not touch him. Wow. This is so stupid. This is literally the second time already in the Champions League. Remember, Simon Mignolet also did not touch Akliouche, I believe, and we had a penalty there. This is 2 games in a row in Europe where the goalkeeper did not touch the player and they gave a penalty. That is terrible, terrible refereeing. I mean, it gets annoying, isn't it? Useless, that's what the referee is. Because you pick up 20 yellow cards nowadays at the moment you protest. It's stupid. Brugge have picked up the ball now. It's Vermont and he's put it wide. Oh. He should have scored that. He knows he should have scored it. Normally he does put those in the back of the net. I'm not sure what he's doing there. I mean, this is so dumb. This is the second game in a row in Europe where they have given a penalty to our opposition when the goalkeeper did not touch the player. Game says I'm done there in the Real Madrid game. No hate watch there. How is Sandra still on the pitch? This Sandra guy is fucking dog shit, bruh. Use this VAR. Bro, I just went to the soccer Reddit, yeah? r/soccer. I always go there to see if I'm being biased or not. When all the neutrals are saying it should not be a penalty, you know it should not be a penalty. But these referees never get their licenses revoked. I swear now. Just revoke licenses when referees do shit like this. When referees do shit like this shit, just revoke licenses. They'll stop doing it. They'll stop doing it. It's never a penalty, bro. This is fucking ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Like, if I'm Brugge, I would literally just protest the UEFA. I would put in an appeal. Because 2 games in a row is ridiculous. Good ball forward here. Vermont will not get there. Played by good goalkeeping. And uitvlot throw-in. Zolis. Still Zolis. Gets the ball to Vermont, who fucking traps it like a fucking donkey. Why did Vetressen come on for Forbes? Why did he leave Sandra on the pitch? Sandra is at fault for us conceding that goal. Well, Sandra and a poor referee. But he decided Sandra gets to stay on the pitch. Been woeful all game. A bunch of baggy touches, losing the ball a few times like that back pass, which was woeful. And look at that. Sandra. No physicality. You've literally got nothing to your game. Yeah. This guy is woeful, isn't he? Absolutely woeful. I mean, what is the state of this? I genuinely hope that these don't get relegated soon for that penalty. That's just ridiculous. I mean, it's never a penalty. I'm just looking back at a clip of it. It's never a... It doesn't touch. That should be a yellow card for diving. In fact, if I was at UEFA... This is why I hate ruling bodies like FIFA and UEFA. Because they never implement good. I would implement a rule, red card for diving in the box. Players will stop doing it. That should be a red card. Like, you know. Watch the replay on soccer. Yeah, Jakers didn't touch him. He literally did not. Yeah, doesn't protest. Which is also a problem. You should protest. But we've got a bunch of sissies in this club. So... it's a woeful decision. It's an absolutely woeful decision. Yeah. Still rewarding dives in the big 25. Why do we have VAR? I'm being for real here. Why do we have VAR if they're gonna give penalties like that? Like, anyone who knows football knows that's never a penalty. Jude's coming on. Hey, Jude lives, guys. Jude Bellingham lives. Literally all the fans, I'm just scrolling through r/soccer right now. Everyone is saying that's never a penalty. Like, if Arsenal fans, Anderlecht fans, on the internet are saying this shit, you know it's not a penalty. Liverpool fan as well. Chelsea fan. Man United fan even. And they're usually the beneficiaries. Kamavinga on. Brilliant stuff from Kamavinga. He's gonna have his one game in 5 months. And then he's gonna be injured again. 1 game, 5 months, then he goes back to the beaches, he's injured. Van Aken. I'm gonna have to go, by the way. I have to go soon. Just get the ball, just go forwards and score, so I can leave on a high note. Long ball, Jakkers. And, yeah, vet lesson being, sorry, Zolis. Just not being physical enough. And Ordonius is third. So. Big up Alfie. Big up. Fuck this game, man. I'll be watching Yossi at the bridge. Big up. Fuck this game, man. Are you doing the Liverpool game? When do Liverpool play? No. I'll be live with Calc. So no. Anyhow, I'll leave it there. Fuck this game. Fuck this referee. We've talked about everything. Talked about literally everything. Not about how fraudulent this game is yet, but everything else. I'll leave it there. What an absolute fucking mess of a game this is. Sadly, I have to go. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Helps out a ton. And I'll see you guys on the next